Linked list is one of the important data structures used in many programming languages, which is based on the handling mechanism of address rather than the location's content. Linked list is a linear data structure, whereas the data elements preserve a linear relationship among them, whereas each element comes after another and there is a relationship between previous element and next element. In linked list, these data items are not stored in contiguous locations in the internal memory while we compare with another data structure called arrays. Elements actually are linked together by means of the address, and this is represented by a different data type called pointers. Linked list is a dynamic data structure which grows and shrinks as the application receives the data. The representation of the element is by means of data content and the address of the next element. So every data is being represented as a node in the case of linked list. All these nodes are connected one after another, and the last node preserves an address as null because it is not pointing to any other nodes. So the elements actually preserve a linear fashion while accessing the data, but the memory allocated for the elements in the linked list are not continuous locations as far as array is being concerned. Always, since linked list and arrays are both are linear data structures, these two data structures are normally compared with each other. As far as array is concerned, the allocation is static, and once it is allocated, it will not change during the execution process of a program. Whereas in the case of linked list, the elements are allocated during execution time in a dynamic fashion, and the space is allocated once the data is been arrived. But in the case of arrays, fixed positions and fixed size is allotted for them, and the size of the array will be normally declared before the execution phase of a program. Whereas in the case of linked list, it is in a growing fashion. As far as the data is been arriving, the allocation is being made on during execution time. That is why linked list is called a dynamic data structure. In the case of arrays, the random and sequential access is possible. If you want to reach at a particular element, the index position can be represented, and we can access the particular element directly. And sequential access also is possible by moving the index one by one from the beginning to the end of the array. But in the case of linked list, there is no random access possible to a particular data element. If you want to reach at a particular data element, we have to start from the beginning and traverse through the links one after another, where the address is stored along with the data of each node. So random access is not allowed in linked list. And in the case of arrays, insertion and deletion of elements both the operations need much time, because once the element, if you want to insert an element into an array, all the remaining elements must be moved to the other end to make room for the new element. Similarly, if an element is been deleted from an array, all the remaining elements must be moved to occupy the next position. Whereas in the case of linked list, other data elements are not disturbed during insertion and deletion. If you want to delete an element, that node can be simply been removed from the linked list without affecting other data locations of other data elements. So no movement of data is needed in the case of insertion and deletion for data represented in linked list. In the case of arrays, only the data values are stored in the array locations, but in the case of linked list, data elements plus the address of the next node also is being stored, and this requires some memory space and some additional time is required, execution time is required for handling the address of each node. As far as array is been concerned, it is been always been noted as a cache friendly data structure, because since all the elements are being stored in a continuous locations, the movement of element to the cache and out of the cache is rather easy. Whereas in the case of linked list, the data elements are distributed randomly in the internal memory, and hence movement of the data to the cache is it takes more time and it is a time consuming operation. So linked list is not taken as cache friendly data structure. There are a lot of operations on linked list. First of all, we have to create the linked list with a header node and the remaining nodes attached to the one after another to the tail of each node. And once the linked list is been created, we may have to traverse through the node by accessing the address of next node from the previous node. Similarly, we may need to reach to a particular node that we are searching for in a linear fashion. A new node need to be inserted sometime in between the nodes, or at the beginning, or even at the end of the linked list. Same way, an already existing node need to be deleted from a particular linked list also. So these are the main operations associated with a linked list. So as far as linked list is been concerned, it is linked list is been concerned, it is a linear data structure as we have seen. So every data element is represented as a node, where the node is being divided into two halves. First half represents the data portion and the second half represents the address portion. So this address always represents the address of the next node. So along with a particular node, the address of the next node also is being stored. So the connection is established by means of the pointer pointing from the previous node to the next node. So this is the normal connection between nodes. So first data is stored in the first node, in the data position, in the data half, and in the next node second data is being stored. So that is stored in another location, another different location in the memory. And from the second node we take the address of the, we get the address of the third node. So the starting address of the third node is stored along with the end of the second node. And the last node address is being stored as null, and it is not pointing to any node, any other node, and this represents the end of the node. So a null value in the address portion of a node represents the end of the linked list. First node always been represented as a special node, and normally it is being represented as a header node. So every linked list is being represented by a header node. And the header node, if we get the address of the header node, all other nodes can be subsequently reached by following the links of each node one after another. Same way, suppose we want to insert a new node here, say after the second node, for example, we create a new node and we store the new data into the new node, newly created node. And we start from the first node, traversing from the header node of the linked list, and we reach at the second node after the first node. So in the next position, in the next part of the second node, actually the third node's address is being currently stored. So to insert a new data node over here after the second node, the address portion of the next node of second node of the next part, There we store the newly created node's address, and in the next part of the newly created node we store the last node's data. So this link is being removed from the second node. Instead of that, now a new link is created which is pointing to the newly created node. Same way, newly created node is being pointing to the next node after the second node. So this is how a new node is been created and inserted into a linked list. If we represent a node in say for example in the language C, we use the struct data structure for that struct. We give a name for the struct. Say for example, suppose we give the name as node. Say for example, suppose we want to create a linked list with the register number and name of students in a class. So the first data is a register number. Second data is the name of the student. And third value or third field in the node is an address, or it represents a pointer pointing to the next similar node created somewhere. So the third part of the node, struct node, is actually a field pointing to another struct. So this is a pointer pointing, and we give the name as next. So this is a struct node pointer is being represented as next. And every time if you want to create a new node, we normally depend upon a special function in C called malloc. Malloc takes the parameter as the size of the memory that you need to create and to allocate. So malloc is the special function used in C language for creating for allocating a new space and getting the address of that particular space. So the data returned from an malloc is actually a pointer pointing to the newly created address space. So for example, suppose you want to create a new node, say new node. So that is being created like this. Say for example, struct node star new node, and we allocate space for new node as by calling a malloc function like this. New node is equal to struct node star, means the data type returned from malloc is a pointer pointing to a node of struct size type struct node, and then we call malloc function, and to malloc we are passing the size of the particular node which has a register number and name. So malloc function is been called for allocating memory space for a node. Same way, if you want to delete a node from the memory, we use a function called free. So if you want to delete new node, we write it as new free new node. So if you want to delete a particular node from a particular linked list, we start from the header node, and we traverse through the linked list. Suppose this is the node that we want to delete from the linked list. So we start from header node, we keep a node called a previous node. This previous node is represented by P, for example, and every time we move to the next node, we keep this node as the current node. So always we take the next operator or next field for going to the next node, and we keep a pointer pointing to the previous node. So when we reach here, the current node, this becomes previous and this becomes current node, etc. It goes. So if you want to delete this particular node, now the current node is pointing to the node which we want to delete from the linked list. So for this, what we do is that we make the pointer pointing from P to the next node after C. So just by removing this link and then allocating this link to the next node after the node to be deleted. So after that, a connection is being established from P to next of C, and then we call free function for removing the current node. So every time we go to the next node, we keep previous node as current node, and then current node is moved to next of C. So this is how a node is being deleted from a linked list. And whenever, so since the linked list is dynamic in nature, we are not restricted to the number of data elements to be added to a data structure as linked list. Just like in the case of array, where we declare the array size at the beginning of the C program. Say for example, suppose we are defining an array A of maximum size 100. Then the program is restricted to use only 100 elements to be stored in the array A. Whereas if we declare a linked list for representing the same data structure, then the advantage over here is that it is not restricted to 100 elements, but any number of spaces available in the internal memory of the machine that where the program is running will be given for that particular linked list for storing the data elements. So there is no restriction like 100 elements to be stored or 200 elements as in the case of array. So that is one of the advantage of using linked list. And same way, in the case of an array declaration, maybe the out of these 100 elements, only 10 elements are being used for a general application or for an average size of a data element. The rest of the 90 locations are being wasted throughout the execution of the program. But in the case of dynamic allocated data structure as linked list, only when the first 5 elements comes, 5 nodes are being created. After that, say for example, suppose the 6th data element comes, then the 6th node is created. So only sufficient data is being allocated for memory representation in the internal memory, and the rest of the space are not being allocated, which will be used only in the future. Only when the data comes, the allocation happens. So that is the advantage of using data structure as linked list. Say if we look at the program in terms of C coding, we can see here a struct node is being created with first field as register number, second field as name, and the third field is the address of the next node. So next node, this next is pointing to another node of data type struct node. That is why we have written it as struct node star next. So in this particular node, there are three fields. First is the register number, second is the name. Register number and the name are the data elements, whereas the third field next is actually a pointer pointing to the next node. Same way, whenever we want to create a particular node, malloc function is being called, which receives the size of the memory which need to be allocated. So for a particular node, we want to store a register number, name and address of the next node. So size of operator is being used for calculating the size of the address space for allocation to the particular node. It returns a pointer to a struct node, and that is being stored in the head node initially. And whenever a new node is being created, this address will be stored in that particular variable. And same way, so whenever new nodes are being to be created, when new data comes, dynamically next node is being created and it is being added to the end of the linked list one after another, and the last node is always being represented as the null node. The address will be, next address will be represented as null node. So any node which has an address value as null, it will be taken as the last node of the linked list. So always a special node called head will be used for representing a particular linked list. And same way, we can say that whenever a node to be deleted, we call a function called free. A library function free is called, and the address of the node to be deleted will be passed to this function. So after that, a function after free function is called, the address allocated for the CUR current node actually is been returned to the free space list. So this is how a dynamically allocated linked list is managed for operations. So we can add or remove nodes. Same way we can traverse through the linked list one after another, and we can reach to a particular node for searching a particular data stored in the node. So all these operations are allowed in the case of linked list.